closing date. If it's real estate, I always want to throw title. Title should be clear. Sometimes I throw this clause in, so the buyer can have the right to assign the contract. So like say I'm buying a car wash and my end goal is to flip it. At any time I can assign, I have the right to assign the purchase agreement to another buyer while I'm under the deal.
You put a deposit down on that to hold that?
Yeah. We try to, if it's me, I'm going to try to put as little deposit as possible. Exclusivity is huge. This is a very big factor in the LOI. A lot of sellers don't want this because then they're tied to this one buyer. So the way that I rebuttal it is I tell them there's going to be money down. If there's money down, then it has to be, the buyer needs exclusivity. Yeah, but it's refundable, how do I know the buyer's not backing away? Okay, so maybe I'll get some of it non-refundable. Maybe I'll get the attorney fees non-refundable. That's a big point there that you throw out. You got to convince the seller, to make some of it, the buyer to make some of it non-refundable. So that's a big negotiation that happens a lot in deals. Does anyone have any questions about any deals that you have? Any buyers that you're working with that you need to put places?
We have two really good buyers. So one is looking for home healthcare services, like hospice, strictly Connecticut area. He's what apartment owns. I don't know how many already. He's already in the business. He's going to expand. Looking to apply for 10 million capital.
Do you have Brian Dunn's number?
No. Jason said that he could be a little guarded, so to actually speak with you on that in terms of talking to him about it.
Yeah.
Do we just reach out to Brian, or what do you think? Okay. This guy,
anyone knows?
he was saying once people hear his name, because he's in the industry already, they'll know them, is what he said.
Why don't you target, do you have a VA?
We don't yet.
We don't yet.
If you had a VA, you could target, or yourself, you could target all home healthcare deals.
Yeah.
And just basically put a list together and just start trying to get it.
And we have another buyer. We're actually working with Tim on. He's looking for pretty much like home services and
Yeah, B2B home services. He's backed by a family office looking at deals up to 20 million gross. He's looking in the southeast region. I sent him a couple ideas. I connected with Millsaps, and he took the most interest to Tim's electrical company. So we did send him the data on that. I'm waiting to hear back regarding.
It's southeast. You want southeast?
Yeah, southeast.
he liked the area. So
He's in right now, but he's going to move to wherever he acquires a business. And he wants to be hands-on CEO.
HVAC? Or just electrical?
that could be anything.
Yeah,
Alex is getting 3 HVAC companies.
Yes,
okay.
whatever. We'll just have whatever he's interested in.
And I know Fernando told me he has a big roofing company coming up in Florida, $8 million. That guy, he was interested in that too.
And Matt Millsaps has a concrete company.
He would have sold that.
Yeah, it's not
That's got
available.
$7 million.
Okay. We looked at that. Was a good company.
Yeah, that would have been a good one for him too, but yeah, Matt said that wasn't.
We have an appliance company. That's a great deal. That's a $14 million deal. They sell high-end appliances, like home appliances.
He wants to get out of the
He wants to go south.
wherever he buys the
Yeah, and that's just, he said the business opportunities, he's been looking himself, he said they're down
How much
south.
money does he have?
He said,
Is it his money?
he's backed by a pretty much private equity.
We have
Family fund, he said.
we have a union HVAC for Florida. It's a big deal. It's a $35 million.
So what he said to me was, he has an MBA in business acquisitions backed by a family office, that he's a part of their investor group who he speaks with daily, and they make decisions quickly. The same office also teaches the classes at Harvard. That's where he graduated from.
Very intelligent.
And Harvard on small businesses, operations, and acquisitions for the last 20 years, and have made dozens of acquisitions in the less than 5 million EBITDA.
Okay. Is this his first business?
This would be his first business himself.
The only thing is, does he have to raise the money, or is the money there?
No, he said the money's there
The money's
with.
there with the family.
Yeah.
But let me ponder on that. speak to some people. The other one for the home health
Yeah,
care,
we just built it this week.
that seems like a very good lead.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna do an Instagram post and say, does anyone have any home health care for sale?
There's the Sal's Food Market and Deli
Yeah.
online. He said that because we have an open agreement with him, he said he has 2 other brokers that he's dealing with. He's not willing to work with us, like with regards to the price at least. Like we were discussing before, he wants 3x for the location. He wants 350 plus inventory, which is kind of crazy.
Oh, but it's like 100?
Yeah, he's netting 130-ish.
30-ish?
But he says that he's on salary for like 8 grand. But then again, it's like really old inventory. It's not, the place is there for 30 years now.
Where is that?
It's kind of a flood zone too. It's a good spot, but he's asking for too much because it's a focal point in that area, in that town. Everyone goes to them.
Sal's.
Yes, it's like it's at a crossroads between 2 neighborhoods, so it's like the only real deli there. But the problem is, like I said, he's not really budging with the price. I tried telling him.
We also
Yeah, I don't know. They're all too mafia over there. Like they tried doing too much in that place. I want to stay away from that.
yeah, we had it.
Yeah, they're all head case over there, so it's too much. But right now I'm dealing with 2 really serious buyers. The problem is it's deli guys, he was saying deli and bagel shops. I'm trying to push what we have, but I was looking for.
Are you looking for high volume stuff? Or are you looking for?
Yeah, one guy wants at least. He said he's willing to spend up to like $3 million for pork. Selling him Martello's spot. I'm pushing him on Porco's right now.
Oh, yeah, Porco's is great.
He's part of that group. I don't know. It's like weird. I don't know. I'm new still. I don't know what's going on with this, but I went there. We met, and the lady kind of threw off the tell. But he's like, Peter, like, get me something serious. Like I want a deli or something along those lines. So I don't know if you have anything on the back end.
Place in East Rockaway. Delivery, is that still for sale?
That's a good place. That's
It's
a
been there forever. And
Yeah.
they're old, and they just need like a little bit of freshening up, like newer face. So probably do well. And it does good numbers now. So I was looking at the numbers the other day.
Villa Maria?
Yeah, it's East Rockaway, right
East
on Main
Rockaway.
Street. There's a whole bunch of past few years they put a whole bunch of like condo units and townhomes over there. You have it right on Boston Boulevard. You have all like the shops over there. Mechanics and all that stuff.
I live in Howard Beach. I'm gonna go check it out anyway.
Yeah,
Right over
I think they want to
should check it out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stop.
They
by.
want 8. Yeah, they want 8. This is my father's listening. 850. But they'll take less. They own the building.
Yeah. But what was the thing with the rent on that though? It looked weird.
So the rent, yeah. So the rent.
That's what's throwing a lot of people off with it.
Yeah, it's is it weird? I wonder. It looks weird.
No, it looks like it's like jumping like to like a crazy number.
It's 15.
A month. Okay. But I think it said if you look at the P&L, I think it said less.
It says less because that's what they pay themselves.
Oh.
But they want to find someone that will pay 15.
Oh, so they own the spot.
They own the spot.
Okay.
They do about like 40, 45 a week.
That's good number.
It's a nice number.
And then I have another guy who I talk to daily. He's looking for like fried chicken or something along that. I'm trying to push him up.
That's a good one. It's
Yeah,
like-
this place is stunning.
the place is
But
started.
it's I think he wants all cash.
Yeah.
I'm trying to talk to Hassan to see if we can maybe get some kind of financing going.
I could. That guy, I kind of have a nice control on him because I have a history with him.
Yeah, it seems like he's a little over his head in that place.
He acts like it, but he's just a whiner.
Yeah. I mean, listen, this other guy, he's selling his business this week, so he's really serious about buying.
That's a good spot.
He was supposed to buy TKO chicken. He was throwing offers at me.
Well, give me an offer. I could push the seller.
Yeah. He keeps asking me what's his best price.
You want to find out?
You can, please.
Do you see he likes it?
He was there yesterday, and he met with him. He met with the seller across the street.
I will call him right now. I'll call his son and I'll get him on.
Yeah, please.
So I saw this guy's gym like 10 years ago. This guy that owns the wine shop.
Really?
And like back then I was able to handle the patients with him.
Yeah.
Now he has my number. He's gonna call me. Like I just don't want to.
They didn't give me.
I have his number.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can say it's me, so Hassan's like comfortable with me. Find your phone if you want.
Yeah, whatever you want.
You don't care, right? You should. Let's do it.
What do you got, Pedro?
All right. So I got, I'm dealing with right now 1.9 for commercial power washing. Oh, that's the one I'm at.
Yeah.
Me and Hassan are working on that. I got, it's like a gym.
Oh, the one that
5,000.
the one they fall last week.
Yeah, they charge 5,000 a year. That's their, yeah. But his name Tucker. So it's
Could charge that.
yeah, they could charge that.
To the tips.
He's making this year 1.2, last year 1.1.
Like he saved
His
my
net this year will be 350.
So
He wants $1 million clean,
definitely reach out to him.
It's a good price.
but you know we have to make our 10%.
Yeah, but that's a good price.
So we're at
Gyms trade between 3 and 4 times.
so we're at 1.2. Is what we're gonna list it for. He agreed.
10%.
Yeah, 10%. Correct. 10%. So he agreed. I'm just waiting. He was
Watch this. That's I'm sitting with my team and went over the whole deal. Okay, well the good news is we have maybe 3 to 4 really serious groups that we're gonna engage and we're gonna set up meetings with. So I'm sitting in front of 20 people right now and everyone is pushing. So that's what you want, right? So I have I have Pedro here. I have someone with me that has a buyer already, and we just went over the deal, and he just spoke to him. I just heard the call. There's just a lot going on, so just let me know. I'm here. Okay. Thank you. Bye. All right. So what was
I don't know.
Oh, be a psychologist with you. That was the
The
whole.
cannabis.
I'm waiting to get the real estate agreement signed.
Got it.
So I got the business side and the real estate side. Waiting for his wife.
Nice. So the gym, he doesn't want to sell the building. He owns the building. He just wants to.
So is it 350 with the after the rent? Does he pay himself rent?
No, he doesn't. So I'm waiting on 3 years. Yeah.
Which that's a big factor because the rent is huge in the gym space.
I think the rent is. I must have put it in the notes. Yeah, and he only has 2 full-time employees.
Oh wow.
Yeah, 5,000. What's 5?
So now I have his information, I see where he's at, he's open, it's like,
Oh,
yeah,
it's very
so it's a little
Yeah,
more.
they're paying 460.
One off, one guy.
Yeah, it's a very high end.
Nice place.
Huh?
4,000.
3 guys.
No, they're paying gym membership $416 a month.
On the
So it's a very
website.
boutique gym.
Oh, that's what he said. He's like,
My
listen.
estimation is this guy's doing
He usually tries to offer like
2 million top line.
everybody pays with their black card.
Netting some-
Everyone here plays with their black card. No one
Right?
wants to do like, and they pay in one shot.
This is just from.
So everything's on the POS system.
Right. Push it out.
So you don't get like someone
Yeah.
someone that wants to be in it, like that has a house in it, that wants a business for his wife or something.
So he's like, yo, this is very boutique. It's 5,000. There's a gold package. There's extras.
I like it.
How many members does he have?
That he's gonna give me the POS. So I was trying to. He's like, oh, right now I was like, I need the POS.
Is it monthly or yearly contract?
5,000 into years.
Yearly contract.
But he's June. They pay June and October. So it's split together. Because I guess he wasn't charging right away. So that's that. I sent him that one. The laundromat I had in I had a laundromat.
Yeah, the one that you told me about.
Wow.
What happened?
She's like freaking out because of the percentage wise.
Might be a second.
What I really think is the referral person that it came from
Bang, 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 and then.
wants to try to do it themselves. I'm like,
You should pull her now and say I have a buyer with me. He loves it. Put me on.
My time is a big guy, it's a small guy, so I'm like.
you want to call the referral person?
Yeah, say I have a buyer with her. They're asking 1, 2.
They're asking one.
So I'm gonna come in and
Okay, what do you
let's do it.
what's going on?
They're asking one. she paid 1.3 for it 11 years ago.
So the owner, so what's the holdup? They don't want to give you
The holdup,
they don't want to give you the list.
they didn't like, I didn't want to be like, listen, we have a buyer for this.
Because now he's buying so many property at $200. I'll come on his own.
So I know her personally, but what I think is, since she does real estate, she's probably gonna try to push it herself. But I'm like, are you gonna go to the, have you ever sold anything commercial? She goes, no. I'm like, exactly.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I think you could get this done. I was like, I'm not getting that done. It's not how this works. Okay? If you put it on MLS, you're gonna get every single person walking in there. Hey, how you doing? This is Alex at Headstone. How are you?
Hi, how are you? So, would you guys call me back tomorrow if possible?
Yeah, absolutely. This was with regards to the email response you gave me on Freddie's Plumbing.
Yeah.
Well,
Sure. Yeah, I got your email. If you could call me back tomorrow, maybe in the morning, that'd be great.
okay, this number?
Yeah, same number.
Well, all right, Ed, we'll give you a call back first thing tomorrow morning. All right, so I'm gonna give you the number, you're gonna call Fred first thing in the morning. You are going to, I tell every single person here, the lineage of conversation that you have, the question means you have to ask them why you have to do that, right? First and foremost, it's, are you the owner? You wanna make sure that you're speaking to the direct owner, decision maker. And if he says yes, next question is, do you have partners? Reason why you want to ask, does he have partners, is because if Ed wants to sell and Bob and Susie don't want to sell, you're wasting your time. So confirm if it's him, do they have partners? If so, are they all on board and selling? Yes. Before I even talk numbers or anything else, right? Okay, fantastic. How long, then you want to identify tenure. How long have you owned the business for? And the reason why you want to know that is to understand brand recognition, longevity. You want to make sure that if he bought the business 6 months ago, what are we talking about? There's no track record of financials, there's no nothing for me to show, right? How long you been in business? I've been in business 5 years, 8 years, 10 years, fantastic, great. Right? Now we're understanding how many employees do you have? None, it's just me. All right, if it's just you, now you understand that it's a mom and pop shop, it's smaller. I haven't even qualified the other financial questions, but I know he's gonna tell me that it's gonna be really low. Anybody who wants to buy this business is not buying a business, they're buying a job. Yeah. That's what it is, right? So how many employees? Me, myself, or 8 employees, whatever the case may be. Now you get into if he tells me, yes, I'm the only owner, I've owned it for 4 years, 5 years, I have 5 employees, now it makes sense to continue the conversation. I'm not gonna waste my time if he tells me, you know, I just bought the business 6 months ago and it's just me. All right, so maybe this is not gonna work out, right? How many employees? Then what was 2024 top line gross revenue? Just to gauge the size of the company, what did you guys do top line gross revenue last year? We did, 2 million. Okay. Of that 2 million, after taxes, insurance, expenses, payroll, what did the business actually keep? Right? Because that is how we evaluate the worth of the business on a multiple of the net revenue. You're educating them because sometimes people are, I want to show you my numbers, right? I want to keep it all to myself. The reason why I'm asking this pertinent information is because that correlates directly to the evaluation of the business. So what was your 2024 top line gross revenue? And then of that, what was your net? And the reason I'm asking is because that's how we evaluate the worth of the business. Then you want to ask if they lease or own. I want to know if he owns it because then now increases the valuation, right? Do you own the real estate? And then lastly, transition. Because that also affects the valuation. If somebody's like, nope, give me my money, I want all cash and I'm out. As opposed to, I'll be willing to stay out for 6 months, help train. Now that correlates with more value because the owner has confidence in the business, will stay on in the transition, right? So that is lineage of the conversation. It can be natural, just conversation. You can read these questions through, get these things answered, and then after this, the whole goal here is Ed. I'm talking to Ed. My goal is to make sure that I give you a clear understanding of what a possible exit could look like. So that means give you an accurate evaluation of your business, of what it could possibly sell for, and also what the transition of that entire process looks like. Really, I'm here to make you as transparent as possible. I want you to get as much as possible. The only way that I can get you that information is by clearly understanding the answers to these questions. And that's basically it. So I'm going to give you this information. You're gonna reach out to him tomorrow?
Do you want us to send you an email and then we can get information and then
That's right. Yeah, I can gather up all the information and then you can give me like an idea.
Yeah, can you text me your email to this number and then we'll put together an evaluation for you?
Sure, alright, no problem. Let me just make sure I have the number saved. So 579-7425?
Correct.
Alright, you got it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll give her like an estimate and then if she wants the appraisal, it's $2,000.
You've done a lot of appraisals that way?
2,000's a little light, but it's a small business. So 2,000.
It is.
And then we'll take it out of the commission. So
I
she
mean,
thinks that she's-
the sales was 621 is pretty.
it's good, but if she has 5 employees, so let's say they each make 800 a week, that's.
If she's only making 400, there's no way they're making it.
That business, do you think they make full commit, because they get paid by top two, so they make less than that.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I'm thinking about.
It's very
500 a week, 500, they have to make something. Or even 400 a week, 5, that's $2,000.
They make.
You think they're making more than her?
More than sorry?
They probably make below the week because they get paid by tips, so they might only get like $12 an hour probably.
So $12 an hour, 40 hours a week,
It's $400.
$400, but if 5 employees, that's $100,000 a year. She said 65.
I don't think she knows.
Isn't that the kind of business they rent their own chairs?
Yeah,
They do, but she said they're all W-2s.
Oh, okay.
So
She needs to get more.
that could be, that's a 10% commission.
That's probably like her rent and her water and utilities and stuff, not including payroll.
Yeah, that's everything besides payroll.
Yeah, because rent alone is almost 20 something grand.
No, it's
We have to leave, he's working nights this week, so,
Okay, so I'm gonna do the home health care push.
thank you. And
being financeable to the SBA it opens up the hire pool exponentially. So doing your due diligence in the beginning to ensure that it qualifies for SBA is big. It's everything. It happened to me. My deal almost fell apart. This close, $3 million. We had a full ask, everything was great. They were SBA approved on the old SBA rules. SBA came in, changed the ruling, disqualified my buyer just as I was about to sign the fully execute the listing agreement, the LOI. We last minute were able to pivot and bait and switch, but always stay aware of the SBA qualifications. That's big.
What do you need to send them to verify?
You have to have your same typical qualifications that we ask for to evaluate the business, which is the last 3 years profit and loss statements, last 3 years tax returns, bank statements, big, because bank statements are going to show the add backs, right? So if they pay their kids' college tuition from their bank account, or they pay, their summer house in Florida or whatever, it's important for the SBA to see that in the bank statements, because then they realize, oh, okay, I put that back, I add everything back, and now that net that was only 300 now moved to 600, right? So now it's financeable, we can make it work. So do your due diligence on the front end for sure for SBA qualification. It's gonna make or break the deal.
P&L's, bank statements.
P&Ls, bank statements, tax returns, minimum 3 years. If they've only been business 2, fine. 1, okay, we're cutting it close. If you just bought the business 6 months ago, it's not gonna work out.
You can still sell it, it's just not SBA.
It's SBA.
You just won't get
Exactly,
SBA.
exactly.
Yeah, does the SBA like kind of shut away from that you see in the test?
Where the numbers don't work, where the numbers don't work, it was high
Full
cash,
cash business.
Yeah.
they don't
high
have,
cash component, you know what I mean? It really doesn't, work out that well, but
90% of businesses.
yeah.
Only
There's
10%.
all-
I tried my last store, I didn't want to spend my own money, and they gave me like a ridiculous term.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
like it was in 2021, they wanted my house as collateral.
Yep.
They wanted 5% with no,
Bro, they'll make you change your life insurance. Bro, they'll make you change your life insurance policy
I was like,
on some deals.
I wanted to buy into my money instead. I was like, I was like, yeah, I want to be smart and use the bank's money, but it was a business that was considered a business for 20 years.
Yeah,
I got the P&L, and they were like, I was like,
they try to make it impossible.
I'm not giving you my house.
It's there.
That's the case. I was like,
To me, it's like, yo, we offer it to you.
That's what we should do now.
you know what my interest rate would be now?
Yeah.
If it was 5% in 2021.
So I wanna put together an LOI in front of everyone right now, just so you can see how I structure a deal. This guy reached out to me last week, and he wants to buy paper product companies. So he wants to buy anything.
Oh, yeah, that.
So we cold called a bunch of people. Like we got 2 interested sellers. We had a meeting last week with someone that owns a paper product business in Brooklyn. The meeting went very well, and we just got our first offer on it. So basically, he sent us this information to put an LOI together.
What about this buyer made you want to work with him first? How much more about it?
So this guy has a $500 million credit line. That was the first thing they said to me. So I'm like, okay, you guys definitely got money.
Yeah.
He met me with his daddy, and daddy.
That is a big boy.
Daddy was a dick, but I could tell he could be a dick if he wants to. He's got the money.
He's got the FU money.
He's got the FU money.
Yeah.
And he's like, my son, I sold my company. I was a 1% owner of a $60 billion acquisition. And now I'm starting my son. I'm like, my son, let's work together. So they gave me like 3 companies to call. The first company, I called a guy. I got him on the phone. I got him on LinkedIn. I impressed him. He's like, I gotta get back to you. I gotta do my due diligence on you. He got back to me, and I basically was hounding him, and he said, I want to meet with you. So that's next week. The second guy, I called him, nothing. The third guy, I called him, and he said, let's meet. I set up the meeting, and this is the offer. This is out of thin air, by the way. This is just me cold calling. So the price is $4.5 million, $3 million down, $500,000 a year for 3 years, subject to 95% retention of clients as a purchase. Must stay for at least 3 years. The seller must stay. If he brings $1 million in new business in 12-month period, he will get a bonus to be determined. Commission for amount. Gross sales brought is 5% of the business. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this. What do you think I'm going to do right now?
Check.
Chad.
Yeah, so this guy, just listening to the seller, the owner of the business, listening to what his needs and wants are, right? Really understanding, is it money, is it terms, what does he really want? Became real good friends with the guy. Good dude, young kid, 29 years old, money hand over fist, and he's got a great business, doesn't need to sell, right? He goes, you called me, just what's your offer? Okay, just give me an idea, what's your vision? What is gonna make this work for you? What do you want? Because obviously it has to be a number that makes sense, but what I really want is to get out of the day in and day out operation. I'm not an operations guy. I want to sell. That's what I do. That's how I got all my clientele. I just don't have time to do it anymore. If I can partner with someone, they come in, give me a portion of capital, let me lead the sales team and let me grow this thing and do what I'm good at, and not focus on operations, I would take this thing to a $10 million business, right? That's what I want. No problem. Found a buyer, explained to the buyer what the seller was looking for as far as terms and structure, and he goes, absolutely. We've got the best operators in the business. They're ready. They're kind of competitors already. They're in the same industry. They want to acquire them, keep them in as a sales role, give them a good bonus structure, give them a little golden chariot, you know what I mean? And allow him to do what he's really good at. So listening to the seller, finding what his pain points are, what the desires are, ensuring that matches what the buyer wants, putting it together, and now we have an LOI. Literally just while I was on vacation in Puerto Rico, I'm talking to the guy, Mike's meeting with him, setting up the deal, and all of a sudden we've got this offer just by listening to what the needs and wants are of each party. And were you guys able to lean into, because I've had a conversation with Dustin on systems, softwares, procedures, things that are gonna make your lives easier. Like, obviously ChatGPT is one thing, but there's, like I told you all before, there's so many others. Notebook LM is huge. If you want to digest, a 50-page IRS document, you put that in there and you were able to have a conversation with that document. Give me a summation of what this means. Give me the terms, and you have a conversation with the data set. This could be for evaluation purposes. It could be for deal structuring, understanding an LOI properly. Start utilizing these systems and get to know them, because they're going to help you and your team scale, right? So Notebook LM is on YouTube. It's being used day in and day out. I use it every day.
Look at that Notebook LM. That's crazy. It's crazy AI stuff.
Phenomenal. Just YouTube it, and you start doing your own due diligence and education. Trust me, it's going to help.
And also VAs too.
Yeah, I have a good VA company and a site that gives out decent VAs. that we can kind of leverage, and I'll give that to the team also.
VH is everything. I mean, I'm not going out and scraping data. The VA should be doing that for you.
I got 3 HVAC companies, Brooklyn and Queens, just by the VA putting out contact information on the website. So he scrapes all the data from Amplify, scrapes all the HVAC companies in the 5 boroughs, then takes that data and then goes into the websites and literally just going into each particular contact us form. And I'll give you the template. Hey, I have an interested buyer who might be interested in purchasing business. Have you ever been interested in selling? At max. And he tracks in his Google sheet that they submitted. Bang, 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 bang. And now we received in the last 7 days 3 HVAC companies that want to sell that are now going to be listings. And Hassan has 2 of them.
Yeah. I don't need to know exactly.
Selling a supermarket, 8 points. Huge deal. Don't announce it yet, but we just got the approval and we're getting this done now.
Give them a recap on what today's mentorship was like.
Today's mentorship was a mentorship where everyone's working around the table. Everyone has their laptops. We're making calls. We're going over buyers. We're going over sellers. We're gelling well together. I'm helping piece the puzzle a little bit. And I just picked up a cannabis business. This business nets $3 million a year. I got the exclusive sign. I went to Colorado to get the exclusive sign. And I got so many people that have so many buyers. I gotta just now get LOIs and sell this. So, we got the exclusive, locked it up, did a nice video, and now we're gonna get this thing sold.